What up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk. Channel we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss black women treat their sons like their spouse. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out, give you leverage to better yourselves. So once again in DC, at DuPont Circle, chilling out. Still kind of warm out here. I think it's a heat wave going on right now. But I'm gonna jump into a topic right quick that I know might be a little bit sensitive to some women that watch this channel. But I think it needs to be discussed because I've moved my channel more towards like building relationships between black women and black men. And I think there's some things that I'm going to talk about later on in the channel. I think that some men and women don't really recognize that they're doing these things. But you know, hopefully if I bring it to light, you know, some change can come and we can do these things to better ourselves through leverage that I'm giving you, right? So let's get into it. So black women treat their sons like spouses. So what do I mean by that? So once again, I'm not trying to pick on black women, right? But I have to talk about these things from a perspective of the black community because I don't know about any other communities, right? You know, I don't know anything about the Caucasian community, the Asian community, Indian community. Like, I don't deal with that ethnic group, right? I deal with black folks, right? So it's not a hit on them. It's just that these are some things that I've seen in the black community, and you know, it's kind of a crazy dynamic. But I, you know, with all these podcasts coming out over these last couple of years, they really have started to bring out some things that I think, like I say, a lot of us black men and black women don't really realize that this is going on, right? So, in any case, what I mean by that, so there is a dynamic that I've seen over the years, and I did not know that it was called this when I was seeing this when I was growing up, because I actually saw this when I was a child, right? Where I saw a lot of black women, older black women, obviously, because I was a kid. This is like, I'm thinking back really right before I became a teenager. So we're talking like maybe between the age of like 9 and 12, something like that. Where I saw a lot of my mom's friends that were single, right, had older sons that was living with them, right? Older meaning like they were in their 20s, some of them was even in their 30s, right? And, you know, kind of thinking back as far as like, you know, what I saw them do, you know, when I was younger. I mean, you know, a couple of these times when I would see them, you know, a lot of times I would know that was a lady's son, but then a couple of times I did not know that. I thought that maybe that was their, you know, their boyfriend or something like that. Now there was no like, you know, there was no physical touching or any type of sexual thing going on. But, you know, but because it was a man and a woman living in the same house, I assumed during that time that was, you know, that was their, you know, their boyfriend or whatever. Come to find out was their son. Now, fast forward a little bit, you know, like past my teenage years, and I saw these same folks in the projects or wherever they lived at, you know, based off of demographics, and just interacting with just adults in general. It seemed like when I saw older single women, excuse the noise, y'all. Like I said, it's DC, right? So when I saw this dynamic when I was older, it wasn't necessarily that the woman was trying to literally make their son their spouse, like, you know, nothing weird or anything like that. What I think it was because these single women had been without a man for so long, and because they allowed their son to stay with them, right, live with them, and not branch out and do what they need to do as a man. The male child literally took on the roles as if they were a husband, right? It's called spousification. So you can look it up, Google it, and it'll pop up and it'll actually give you the definition of it. But that's really what it was. Like, you know, like I said, these single women were not, they didn't have boyfriends, they did not have husbands, but they had older male children that lived with them, or a male child that lived with them. And they were the ones that were, doing things that a husband would be doing, like taking out the trash, like fixing things around the house or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and all these other things. And first of all, I'm sitting here like, why is this grown man that's their son still living with their mom, right? Because these women were not sick. They weren't like elderly, right? And if anything, the dynamic should have been that the son would have moved out, got their own place, and if their mom needed help or their mom would get sick or couldn't take care of themselves, the mom would move into their place, not vice versa, right? And I'm telling you, growing up in the projects in Norfolk, I saw this happen over and over again. Grown men, even folks that I grew up with, did not leave their mom's house. They just stayed there, right? And it's just a crazy dynamic. Also, I've seen it to where, and it's crazy too, but I've seen it where, the single mom wound up getting a boyfriend eventually, right? And then a dynamic happens where the woman, the single mom, treats the son better than the boyfriend. And it's a saying that goes where boyfriends come and go, but your son is forever. I mean, that is true, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you treating your son still as if he was the man of the house, and then you get a boyfriend or even a husband, right? And then you're still treating your son better than your boyfriend or your fiance or your husband. That's out of order, right? It really is, you know what I'm saying? But this dynamic goes on in the black community all the time. I see it all the time, right? And I even saw a video one time, and I think I discussed this on one of my videos as well, on this video as well, on my channel as well, where there was a video of this guy. I guess he was I think he was a long-time boyfriend. Might have been he might have been a spouse. I'm not sure. But long story short, with the video, I think the mom was his girlfriend was video recording this thing, and the guy got into it with the mom's son. The son was like 27 years old. He was still living in the house, and he told the son like, "Hey, you're 27, like it's about time for you to leave the house or whatever." And the single mom was defending the son, saying he can stay here as long as he wants to. At 27 years old, apparently, according to the boyfriend, he didn't clean up, he didn't do the dishes, he didn't take the trash out, he didn't do anything significant to the house other than like work and maybe provided a little bit of monetary funding to the family. But for the most part, he was literally living there at 27 years old, not trying to branch out to do his own thing, and the boyfriend was trying to encourage the guy to do this thing, and the mom, his girlfriend, was discouraging it, saying that basically she said that I'll put you out before I put my son out. I can look away for that one, because I mean that's absolutely insane. I mean, it really is, you know what I'm saying? But this dynamic of women treating their sons better than their boyfriend or husband, it's kind of crazy. It really is, you know what I'm saying? But this is a real thing in the black community. It really is. And I made this video to bring light to it, and for the black women that are watching this video, you know what I'm saying? I really take a deep dive and kind of step away from yourself, be a little bit logical, and try to figure out if you're doing this on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Are you the one that I'm talking about, right? And it's no disrespect to you. There's no shade to you and anything or whatever. But I always hear about black women complaining about they can't find a man, and this dynamic that you may be having with your son, it might be the reason why you don't have a man, because you're putting too much emphasis on your grown son that should be out the house in the first place, versus you being single, truly single, right? And have your son move out the house, get his own thing, you know what I'm saying, and have yourself available to be found by a man. Because I think that this dynamic would definitely hurt somebody trying to get into a relationship, because most men in general, not just black men, most men in general is not going to put up with something like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've seen it so many times. These black women, they'll have older sons that live with them. And some may be working, some might not be working, but my thing is, if your son is literally a grown man, like he's in his late 20s, early 30s, you know, maybe in 40s. I've seen grown men in their 40s still live with their mom, or you know, they're homeless and they're back and forth between their mom's house, having put themselves in a situation where they just can't win, right? And if this is going on, all you're doing is just, if you're a mother doing this with your son, you're enabling your son to not branch out and do what he needs to do as a man. You're enabling him. And I'm telling you right now, no woman wants a man like that. They don't want a man that is not able to take care of themselves. And because you don't have a man, it's like you've done this spousification where your grown son is doing the things that a man in your house should be doing. It's crazy. But I just want to make light. I just want to bring light to it, whatever, because I think it's a dynamic that we definitely need to try to correct, or at least address in the Black community. And we need to build families up again. And I just see way too many Black single moms. I just do. You know what I'm saying? And let me go ahead and say something before I get off this channel right quick. Black men, stop impregnating women that you don't have any intention of marrying. I'm gonna say that again. Black men, stop impregnating women that you have no intention of marrying, because all you're doing is destroying the Black family and the Black community as a whole. All right. So if you want me to discuss a topic or a subject that you think is beneficial to the channel or to yourself, email me at findingfitnessfolk@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Finding Fitness and Folk, Triple F. I'm gone.